Hi, I'm Beth and I'm a licensed speech and language pathologist. I wanted to come on to talk about a book that I feel is essential for all healthcare providers to read. This book is called Heart of Service. It's written by Carla Chinen. Carla has written this book not only from a perspective of a professional, but also a perspective of a mom who has two children with a diagnosis of autism spectrum disorder, one of which has high support needs and the other low support needs. Thirdly, this perspective of a sibling of a child who had complex needs. There is no way that I could do justice to this amazing book in a short video. In this book, Carla discusses how most of us as providers go into families' homes, or we work with families who have been recently given a diagnosis, and we have no training in trauma, grief, or knowledge or understanding of the cultures of the families that we work with. Sometimes absolutely no knowledge of the systematic inequities that a lot of our families deal with. She discusses the importance of cultural humility and how it differs from cultural competence. In the different chapters of the book, Carla adds her own experiences as both a professional working with families and as a family member. The book discusses the importance of building trust with parents of children that you're working with or with families, not making assumptions, the importance of asking questions. She discusses how essential it is for us to listen to parents, listen to the families, ask questions, ask about their goals, show respect. It doesn't matter how many degrees we have. The things that matter the most are providers demonstrating compassion, understanding, respect, building trust. We need to become healers within a system that is failing children with special needs. This is the vital importance of reinforcing empathy and connection with families. How important our words are, how using the right language, the right words can make all the difference in the world in terms of how the family receives our information. It's about co-treating with parents, with the families that we work with, asking them to be present, asking them what their goals are, always making them a part of the decisions that we make, respecting their lived expertise so they are the experts on what it's really like on a daily basis. When we invite families to the table, but then we come across as authoritative, we don't listen, make our own suggestions without asking the families, understanding the families, what they go through on a daily basis, and what their goals are for their child. This creates frustration, decreased trust. As professionals, we need to be humble. We need to be ready to have our suggestions questioned by parents, by families, and not taking offense to it. We need to be ready to show the parents that their information, their input, their expertise, their experience are just as valuable or maybe even more valuable than our degrees or our professional expertise. We need to plan with our families, not for them. At the end of each chapter, Carla provides reflection questions for providers who I found this to be extremely helpful. The questions made me reflect on my own practice, where I might be doing a good job in the aforementioned areas and where I may need to do a little work. Reading this book should be a prerequisite to working with families.